Hi, come on in. Come on in, set a spell with me. Good morning. It's the middle of the week. I actually got a TEMU order. I got some stuff to show you. I got some stuff to tell you. I just got some stuff, right? Hang on, I need some coffee. How's your week been? You been good? It's good to see you back again. Um, I have some good lighting here. I know I have some reflective lighting. I don't know where that reflection is coming from because I'm not facing a window. Did you ever try to figure out what the reflection is? Oh, I see what it is. All right, hold on a second. I can fix that. That's better. Now that reflection is gone. I had the front door open to let some fresh air in, and the light coming through was obviously reflecting. And once, didn't you ever use your glasses, for those of you that wear glasses, to try to figure out what it is that you're looking at or what's reflecting? I've been wearing glasses since I was in third grade, so that's kind of a given. But anyway, it's good to see you again. Hi, all you newbies. Come on in. Welcome to the family. We're going to have some TEMU today. We're going to have a shorter video than normal. It's been a rough week. I haven't gotten a lot done, but I've gotten some stuff done. And I've gotten some TEMU products assembled. So I just forgot what I was going to tell you. There was something I knew I had to tell you, and I don't remember what it was. But anyway, wait. Let's get right into this bag because there is stuff in here that I need around the tiny. Okay, $10.33 for this. I have not unwrapped this, so you and I are going to see this together at the same time. This is a 2-foot by 2-foot, at least that's what it's supposed to be. We'll measure it. I happen to have one of my multiple. I have 7 measuring tapes, all different lengths and sizes. I can measure pretty much everything. Oh, but can I cut it? Oh, you know what? I found Charlie. Hold on a second. That's what I was forgetting to tell you. Charlie's back. I found Charlie. Charlie was really, really buried. I don't know how, but somehow he ended up in the garden box. And I'm thinking that was because, gosh, I hope he's sharp enough to go through this. Yes, maybe. That's because he happened to be on the patio or the lanai at my old house. And I'm so afraid I'm going to cut this mat. Charlie is too sharp. I'm just going to try to unwrap this. So when I grabbed everything off the lanai to pack it up, he ended up in the box with all my different planting supplies and gardening supplies. And I got into some of those this week. So that's how I found Charlie. Okay. Hi, Mr. Levi. Good morning, Mr. Levi. He's just sitting down here. This is heavy rubber backed. This thing has some weight to it. I got a very plain design, 2 feet by 2 feet, basket weave type look, and this is to go on top of my laundry machine. Now with the rubber backing, it won't slide. And this thing is rubber. This whole thing is heavy. But I like the top. This is very, very soft. I like the pattern because it's pretty basic. The machine is black. We're going to make sure, you know how TEMU is with their measurements, right? Nothing is accurate. 2 feet. Are you 24 inches? Or are you just shy of 24 inches? You are 23 inches. 23 and 23 and a half. I don't know if you can see that. Let's get closer. 23. So you are 23 that way. Are you 23 this way? No, it's 24 that way. So it's 24 by 23. I suppose that's okay because the top of my machine is 24 across. And as far as how deep it is, yeah, I think this is going to work fine. I like how heavy it is. Hopefully, when I put my laundry soap, my big container of laundry soap on here, it won't vibrate across the machine. Anything else that I set on top won't vibrate across the machine when the machine's on spin cycle. But boy, this puppy is heavy. I wish there was, I have no idea what it weighs, but it's heavy and it's going on the top of the laundry machine today. All right, what else we got? $6.85. Yes, I'm a little scattered this morning. My thoughts are not very well organized. I know I'm usually pretty organized, guys. Just bear with me. The past couple of nights, I've only gotten about 4 hours sleep a night. And I don't know why. It's not insomnia. It's that maybe I'm just too wired, too much adrenaline. I don't know. But I haven't been able to get to sleep till like 2 o'clock in the morning. And then, of course, Mr. Levi is getting me up between 6 and 7 to do his thing. And once I'm up, I'm up. I can't just crawl back into bed. All right. So this is going under my coffee machine, and it came just in time, which I'll tell you about later when we talk about what's going on around the corner. And it says coffee time, and it has the black and the red, like my black appliances, my red accessories, and it's also got the wood tones and the beige tones. This again, too, is very, very heavy, thick rubber on the back. It's actually got like a little waffle pattern. I don't know if you can see that waffle in it. So this is not going to slide. The top is nice and smooth. It's supposed to be either water absorbent or water repellent. I'm not sure which, but this will protect my countertops and will give me a nice surface to be able to wipe down. My machine kind of sits off to the side, so my machine will be sitting along this edge. So the majority of this will be seen, but the word coffee, most of the word coffee probably won't, but I'm okay with that. Not a problem. So this is going to go on the countertop today. How big is this one? Good question. Let's see if it tells me on here so I don't have to break out the measuring tool. Does it tell me? No, it doesn't. All right. Let's see, because I know I got a bigger one. So this one is 19 inches across. This is a pretty good size one for a coffee mat. And 16 inches wide. So roughly 19 by 16. I'm not sure what the exact measurements are that TEMU uses, but that's what I come up with. Pretty cool. I like it. I think it'll pull together. It's got the dark chocolate, the light chocolate. It's got the blacks, the reds, the tans, all the colors that are in my kitchen. And yes, I have an actual kitchen. It may not be an eating kitchen. It is big enough. I could put a little cafe table over against the pantry door. Hold on a second. Gotta have more coffee. Okay. Every little sip helps. $5.46. What do we got? Hiding me. Oh, this is for the bathroom. It's been raining. I don't know if you watched the weather forecast and you see the weather front that came across Arkansas, Alabama, all the way on the east side from East Texas all the way over to Atlantic Ocean. We've had rain and a lot of rain, which is wonderful because it was coming straight down and not sideways this time. So I was able to sit out on my porch, on my front porch, with a cup of coffee and Mr. Levi on the rug underneath my feet and just chill and listen to the sound of the rain and the thunder and the lightning. And to me, that's like super relaxing. But because of all the rain, it raises a lot of dampness, and I haven't been able to paint the bathroom yet because we've had so much rain. I have to wait till the rain goes, and then I have to wait till the dampness leaves the house, and then the next thing I know, I turn around, it's raining again. That's March and April in Alabama. But I ordered this because I know sometime soon my medicine cabinet will be going up on the wall, and this will be going up on the top of the medicine cabinet. Just this cute little pin holder, I guess you would call it. It's got a little burlap or a little twine thing on it. It's got two handles on the sides that are welded on. It is supposed to be waterproof, but I don't think I'm going to put water directly in it. My plan is to put I have small jars, and I'm going to put like an insert down inside of this. And I have ivies in my kitchen window that are growing solely in water. Certain ivies don't ever need to go into soil. So they're growing in water. My plan is to put some of them in here. So this will be up on top of the medicine cabinet with some of the ivy hanging off. This, of course, will match all the oil rubbed bronze for the fixtures in the bathroom, right? Not too big. It's about, I believe it's only 4 inches across. 4.5. We've got 4.5 inches in diameter. And in height, we've got, I believe it's 6, roughly. Yeah, 6 inches in height. So it's a decent size. It's not super tiny, and it wasn't all that expensive. Why do I keep dropping stuff on the floor? I did give you the price on it, though. I know I did $5.46. So that's not counting any price adjustments. That was the starting price. And I know this has had a lot of price adjustments on it. Very cute. Now, one of the things I did do with this, as with everything in this order and every order that I do, I originally saw this popped up in my recommendations, and it was like $7 or $8. And I said, it's got to be out there cheaper. So I did what I normally do, and I hope that you're doing it too, is that when you find something and you're actually in the item, that you click on the picture to enlarge it, and then you go up to the little camera with the magnifying glass inside of it, the little search symbol, and you search for the same item. I automatically scroll past anything that says local, and I tried to find this directly from TEMU with free shipping. And lo and behold, I found this for a little over $5. It was the lowest price one. It's not damaged. It's in perfect condition. It's exactly the same as one that was almost twice the cost, and I didn't have to pay that local shipping fee. So hunt around. Metal. Can you see how the material it's made out of? Very cool. Ah, it's falling over. All right, what else we got? There's not a lot in this order, but there's stuff I need. Oh, yeah. $2.58. This is a pack of 6 paintbrushes. Now, they call these finger paint brush. How to clean your lonely finger brushes. That's what they're calling them, lonely finger brushes. Well, I didn't get them to be for regular painting. I have a lot of little nooks and crannies between see the woodwork that comes down right here, that framing? In the bathroom and in other parts of the house, I have framing that meets up like with a door jamb or something. And then there's this little gap, like this 1 inch or less gap of sheetrock in between that has to get painted or has to get treated. And I can't get in there with a regular brush or a putty knife or anything along those lines. So I ordered this set, and I'm actually kind of glad that it's been raining, because now I have the paintbrushes to do all those little nooks and crannies in the bathroom. These are wood handles, and they're all different sizes. Let's see if I can turn them around so you can see the sizes on them. All right, so you've got a 2, what is that? A 2, a 6, a 10, a 12, an 8, and a 4. All different sizes, and they're all angled. That's why I got this particular set, because they're all at an angle, so that if I take one out and I have to go down a tiny crack, I already have that angle that I need to spread the paint on. And I like that it has this little elastic bands holding them in place so that I don't drop them or lose them. And I'll probably never get this back in the band, but that's all right. I'll just put it in the one next to it. Nice wooden handles. These are really soft. These are almost like artist brushes. These are really nice brushes. I don't know if it tells me what material the brushes are made out of. Suitable for use with acrylic, oil, or watercolor paints. But it doesn't tell me the material. probably nylon, but if it is, it's a very good quality. Really nice. So that will take care of all my little nooks and crannies. I did not want to use any of my nail brushes because I do have older nail brushes. But well, I need my nail brushes. All right, $5.20 for this. What is this? Okay. Let's take it out of the bag. I don't know what it is. So for $5.20, I got an oversized checkbook register. I do not like those little tiny checkbook registers that come with checks, but I don't use my checkbook register for checks. I use it as a ledger for just keeping my running balances. So the pages in here, they're basically blank, but at the top of the page, it says check number, date, description, payment or debit, deposit or credit, and then the balance forward, and then a column where you can like check it off. I have a tendency when I go through and I balance my ledger to my bank statement that I put little check marks, but this one actually gives you a column. I don't know if you can see everything labeled on top. It actually gives you a column where you can check off that it matches what your bank says is there. So it's a perfect way to do it. It's 50 pages, double-sided. The book is 5.5 by 8.5 inches. A total of 2,600 lines. So you can do 2,600 entries. And in the front, it gives you an idea. I think we all know how to keep a checkbook, right? Hopefully we all know how to keep a checkbook. But yeah, it's a transaction register, or as it says, it's an account tracker. Nice spiral bound. The covers are kind of like plasticky. They're not paper, or if they're paper, they're coated, but they do feel kind of plastic. They're hard. And in the back, it has a calendar. Obviously, we're done with 24, but it has 25, 26, and 27. So when I have a budget book, so I can see in advance, in other words, what day of the month, does my Social Security come in? What days my retirement come in? What day does my any other transactions or deposits that I have that are automatic? When do they come in? I can actually look on this calendar, not have to dig out a big calendar. So it's a pretty cool little book. It's got enough in it, I think. And with all the pages, it says it has 50 pages and 2,600 lines. So that's 2,600 entries that I can make. Should last a year and a half, maybe 2. I never bothered to count how many entries do I make. I don't pay attention. I just write things down. When I go shopping or I order something online, I put the amount in my register. So the register that I had is almost done, which is why I ordered another one. So this was a pretty decent price, $5.20 for this. I probably could get a bigger ledger book for a lot less, but you got to remember, I'm minimizing everything. I want things that take up less space, but still give me what I need. Oops, I almost threw the bag on the floor and there's still stuff in it. Okay. Hold on, I need more coffee. Mr. Levi's over there, fell asleep with his chippy, it's a rawhide chip. He uses it like a pacifier sometimes. And he's gotten a lot better since we moved in here. He's a lot calmer. And I think it's because all our furniture is in here. So everything that smells like home, all the smells he's known since I had him in New York and we moved to Arizona and we were, the smells are there to give him some sort of a comfort level. When we were staying with my friend in Montgomery for a couple of months, there wasn't anything there that smelled like us other than his bed and my clothes. And I think that's why he was having such a hard time there. But yeah, he's really chill. We'll talk more about him when we get to just around the corner. All right, $2.68 for this. I took it upon myself to order another charging cord. And I like these 90-degree cords because they tend not to break right here. They tend not to separate here and not to separate here. They kind of go sideways. They stay out of the way. My charging cord I have right now is purple. It's, whoops, sitting right here. It's the exact same thing. It's a 90-degree cord, just like this one is a 90-degree cord. All right. They're both for the same device. All right. They're a USB-C cord. They're both the same length. They're both 6 feet in length. I had this one out, the purple one out in the living room. I was going to put this red one in the bedroom so that at night I have the phone next to me and it can be charging. But these things do tend to wear down, and these are quick charge cords. Let me get this one untangled. So I got this one in red, and it is 6 feet long. It's got a good amount of length. It's got the USB. And what I like about this particular style is you see the way this is right here? This gives it some flex, but it gives it protection. It'll only flex just so far, which means you won't get that separation and breakage on the end where it plugs into your cube. And same thing on this end. It's got that flex, that little extra protection so that it'll bend just so far, and that's it. So your wires don't separate. But I actually have been very happy with this vendor. I got the purple one. Purple one doesn't have that type of bend protection, but it does have the extra cone right there. So with that, it gives it a little protection, but not as much as this one. This one is extended. This one's a little bit more. So I thought I'd try it, for $2.68. Let's have another one. By the way, did you notice I have a purple hat on today? Yes, I unpacked my hats. I don't remember where I packed everything up when I was getting ready to leave Arizona. And I started going through things. I spent literally an entire day in the bedroom looking for stuff. And lo and behold, I found all my hats. So I'm purple from head to toe today, except for my shoes. I don't have any shoes on. I almost never wear any shoes. Okay. Last item in this bag, $5.45 was the initial price on this. I'm going to keep this box and keep this in here until I'm ready. But this came beautifully packed. Nice foam. And this is also for the bathroom, for the top of the medicine cabinet. And look at this vase. I'll pull it out. Don't worry. I fell in love with this. It's a little tiny, tiny vase. It's not big at all. See if I can do this without dropping it and breaking it. It's about 6 inches tall, and at the widest part across, you're looking at 2.5 inches across. It's not real big. It's to sit up on top of the medicine cabinet next to the tin. Oh my goodness. So as you can see, the colors coordinate with each other. The sizes and shapes are a little different for abstract. They both match the bathroom. This matches the seafoam green in the cabinet, which will pull that color up onto the top of the medicine cabinet. Got a very narrow mouth. And I think you might remember quite a few videos ago, I got some off-white little sticks and flowers and things, diffuser sticks, so that I can put a little bit of oil in the bottom of this, scented aromatherapy, scented oils in the bottom of this, put the diffuser sticks in, put it up on top of the medicine cabinet where it's up out of the way, but it'll bring color up onto the wall. You got to remember, I got 11-foot ceilings. Even in the bathroom, I have an 11-foot ceiling. I need a little something to go up into that height and not just have everything cut off at the 8-foot level of the wall. So I got this, and this is ceramic. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at the dark brown color on the bottom. Absolutely beautifully well made. Absolutely beautiful. This I will probably leave as is, but I do have little cork inserts. And if I have one that's the right size, I might put a little cork insert on there just to give it a little stability for when I open and close the doors on the medicine cabinet. If there's any kind of vibration, I really don't want this thing dancing across the top. Now, granted, you're not going to see if it's going to scratch anything, but I don't want it to fall. I don't want it to vibrate its way off. So beautifully, beautiful, beautiful. the browns on the tops. Just look at the way this is done. This is a true ceramic piece, beautifully glazed. Love the pattern in it, like old stone. Gosh, that's gorgeous. So I'm going to keep it safe in the box. Back it goes. And it will go. I have a bin in a little Rubbermaid tub type thing. I have a bin in the bedroom where all the stuff for the bathroom, whether it be in the medicine cabinet, in the vanity, in the whatever, it's all going in there so that when it comes time for me to do anything with the bathroom, that's the bin that I go to. So that's the entire haul. Good to see Charlie back again. For those of you that don't know, Charlie has a cutter coming out of his head, and this came from TEMU, and on the bottom, he has an ink roller so that I can blot out anything I need to blot out. But Charlie's was one of the first things I ever got. And they have a lot of these in different styles and sizes, but I don't know. I just love him. Okay, you ready to find out what's been going on just around the corner? Are you sure? Because it hasn't been a lot. So, as I tell y'all, when I do just around the corner, I am telling you about and showing you TEMU products in use, assembled, and giving you a final review on everything. So if you typically don't stick around for just around the corner, you might want to rethink that, okay? Yes, I'm doing the ponytail thing today. I was just so happy to have a different hat to wear. I've been wearing that same hat for months, right? Okay, so the first thing I did is, and I have my little list here. The first thing I did was I took Levi's footprint. Now, I don't know if you remember last year, just about this time of last year, no, it was in May, when we first found out that Sadie had terminal cancer. I had gotten the footprint kit from TEMU, and I took her footprint. Well, I had a second kit for Levi, so I took his footprint this week. And I only labeled it 2025 because that's the year that I took the footprint. With his current diagnosis, I am not confident that he'll go beyond 2025. If he does, I'll be blessed. It'll be a miracle, and I'll take it. But I'm a realist. 2025 is his year. He's 12 and a half. He'll be 13 come October. October is approximately when the vet anticipates that his time will come. So there's his cute little footprint. And I don't know if you remember, I wish I would have thought to get Sadie's out, but Sadie's is sealed in that beautiful chest. Sadie's toenails show on hers. Levi's toenails don't show on his. It's just his foot. And for a pit bull, if you ever really look at a true pit bull, they don't have huge feet. They have big chests and solid muscular bodies, but they don't have big feet. So there's his little footprint. And I know he's left a footprint on all of us, on all our lives. Okay. He is doing well. I'm going to start right off with Levi, and then we'll get into other stuff around the corner. He is loving the new food. He's been on it now for about a week, and he eats 3 times a day. When he's hungry, I put his food down. I leave it up to him to eat. I can't force him to eat, but he eats. He eats good. He has still has a lot of energy, a lot of perk in his step. His iron medication, his blood thinner, everything seems to be working well for him. His eyes are brighter. When we go out, he likes a faster pace now. He's not a slowpoke old man. We go out, and if my feet hit the driveway, if I leave the lawn and my feet hit the driveway, he automatically steps up his pace and starts this little trot, and his tail is going, the whole thing, and he's just loving the walks. So right now our walks are about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm not going to push it. I keep it short. But we'll see how he does if we can get back up to like a 30-minute walk. If he does okay, we'll do that. I don't want to stress him, but it's important that he keep up muscle tone, that he get oxygen flow in, and he loves it. It's not hot on his feet. It's not too hot or muggy outside for him. He's very happy, so we're going to do it, right? Whatever keeps him happy. So keep your fingers crossed that he stays this way for as long as possible. All right. The next thing for just around the corner, if you remember, and I'll put pictures up here, a couple of months ago, I got a 5-tier, I'm losing my voice. Hold on. It's allergy season. I got a 5-tier storage shelf from TEMU to put out in my shed. Now, as I've been emptying things out of the shed, I finally had enough room where I said, okay, let's put this thing together. So here's the pictures, and I'll pop them up. I started, it's pretty simple. The instructions are on the box itself. And I just had to say, okay, I bought the 5-tier, so these are the instructions that I follow for the 5-tier. I put it all together. It probably took 10 minutes, if that. It didn't take a long time. All the poles that go across are metal. The poles that go up are metal. The pieces the poles go into are hard plastic. Okay. It's basically sturdy. It has 4 caster wheels on it, and the wheels do lock. So if I want to move it around within the shed once it has stuff on it, that's nice because it has the wheels and I can move it freely. It has the 4 hooks on the top where I can hang an extension cord or a lighting cord or whatever else I might need, something small, not gardening stuff because that goes elsewhere, but it's nice. It's roughly about head height. I'm 5'5", and the top of it is right about where I am height-wise. It doesn't take up a lot of space width-wise. It's a little over, I don't know, I'd say maybe 14 inches wide. In the link, you can find all the measurements for it. Well, when you click on the link, you can find the measurements for it. But it's pretty solid. Right now, it's out in the shed. I didn't take a picture of it with stuff on it because I just temporarily, I put some of my planting gear on it. In other words, my planting bins, water faucets, that kind of stuff that I need, outdoorsy stuff. That's what I put on that. And I'm very happy with it. And it does not take up a lot of space in my shed whatsoever. I actually now have everything in my shed around the walls, and I have a nice big open center spot. That's how much I've gotten done because that thing was packed almost floor to ceiling. So I'm very happy with that shelf unit. Then I put together my storage chest that I had gotten for outside. Now, I was a little surprised by this one because all the storage chests I had before, they all went together with nuts and bolts and screws and whatever, special latches and special hooks. This was a basically snap together unit. No tools required, not even really any hand strength. You put the 2 pieces together, you give it a little bop, and everything locks into place. All the pieces are clearly labeled. The instructions were very clear. This thing went together so easy, yet it's sturdy. And where I needed it to sit next to the shed, it's perfect. It fits beautifully next to the shed, even with a few inches to spare, because I did have to pull it away from the shed a little bit so I can flip up the lid. You got to have room for the lid to open, right? So I started putting stuff in there, yard things, yard gloves, little hand tools for the yard, those little leaf picker-uppers that I had gotten from TEMU. Right now, my wind chimes and wall decor that are going to go outside on the house, they're all being stored in there. So because I put that together, the chain reaction was I actually emptied 3 more boxes out of the shed because I got rid of, well, number one, I got rid of the boxes of the things I had to assemble. They were in the shed, so they're assembled now. And I got rid of the boxes. I got rid of the boxes that were storing things that go in or on the shelves and the bin. So I got rid of 3 good-sized boxes and 1 big 40-gallon Rubbermaid type bin. So I got a lot more stuff out of the shed. Then the big thing, if you want to call it a big thing, the important thing, major thing, special thing, I don't know. The one thing that I was able to get done, and I just did it yesterday because it finally was dry enough, the house was warm enough, there was no humidity or moisture in the house that I could tell. I actually finally got the butcher block countertops treated. So I'm going to show you the pictures. The first one is the during. All right. So the first thing, of course, that had to be done is all the countertops, the butcher block had to be lightly sanded. I used just 200 grit just to lightly sand them, smooth them, and then you have to thoroughly wipe them down, but you can't soak the wood. So it's just a damp cloth until I got all the sanding dust off of them. Then I started with the mineral oil. And what that does is it gets down into the wood and it helps fill the pores of the wood and soak into the wood, so to speak, to protect it. Because as you know, oil and water don't mix. So if you have anything that's been oiled, water is not going to get into it and cause it to rot or have a problem. So the first picture that you're seeing is when I was in the process of doing the initial treatment. In other words, to get those mineral spirits down in there and get that wood. Then it had to dry, and I had fans on it and the ceiling fans going. And when it was completely dry, not just to the touch, but when I took paper towels and gave it a good hard wipe and the towel stayed dry, then I knew it was ready. Then I got my tung oil, which you'll see right back here, this little black container. I got my tung oil out and I started applying the first coat. You never know if you need more than one coat, but I applied the coat of tung oil to the countertops. And look at how this changed it. It just took it from being very pale and unfinished to very rich and bring out all the wood grains and all the wood tones. And now you see more shades of brown and tan and beige. When you use tung oil on raw wood, it makes that wood look like it's wet, like it's always wet. But it seals it because the tung oil, I let it sit. Some people let it sit for like 30 minutes. Some people let it sit for 24 hours. I let it sit for about 4 hours. Simply because I wanted to make sure I had really good penetration. And then I went back and I started wiping it down with paper towel, spreading out the oil a little bit more, taking off any excess oil that was on top, wiping everything down. Then I let it set for another 4 hours. And I went back with a paper towel, a new paper towel, and I did more wiping. And you could see that as I progressed, there was less and less oil on the towel. But these finished results, absolutely beautiful. And when I made my coffee this morning, and I turned on the faucet and I grabbed the rag to wipe down the little cutting board that I use in front of the coffee pot. A couple of drops of water got on the counter from the rag, and I looked down and it was just beaded up. It didn't soak in. It didn't leave a water ring. It didn't leave a water stain. It literally was just beaded up on the counter where I could just wipe it off and you'd never know it was there. That's the whole idea with using the tung oil to seal. Now, this is food safe tung oil, and that's important if you're doing this in the kitchen. I have more to do. I am going to tung oil the shelf that's going to go over the kitchen window. I also have to tung oil the extension piece, my flip up extension counter piece. Obviously, I've got to tung oil that so it matches the counters. But everything just came out so gorgeous. I'm just so thrilled with how it looks. And that's a big thing I had to get done. I had to protect that countertop from any water spots or stains or food stains getting on it. And it was getting to the point that I was doing everything on my range top in order to protect the counters. And I wasn't doing any food prep on my counters. So now I can food prep on my counters. So that's what I've gotten done this week. I have taken a lot of downtime for me. I've taken a lot for Levi. We're spending a lot of time playing together, going for walks, just enjoying each other's companies. I've taken some time, as I did with Sadie, that I've let the reality of what's coming hit me. I've had my bawling sessions where I've cried my eyes out. I don't want to go there right now. Um, I need to do that. I kind of need to grieve in advance so that I can be there for him, and be strong for him and not have him see me all full of these emotions when his time comes, that I need to be calm and supportive and loving for him. So I am doing the best I can at this point now to come to terms. And I know it may be months down the road, but you know what? You never know. Something could happen. It could be weeks. So I'm doing my best to try to deal with this, and stay on track. I'm also trying to stay on track with the house. I do have a representative from my home builder coming down here today around noontime. It's going to work on a few little things that I want to get amended or adjusted. There are things that I'm still waiting for that have to be added to the home, like the screen for the sliding door and whatnot. So he's coming down. Wonderful man. His name is Anthony. He's very professional, very personable. He gets things done and he gets them done right. So he never has to come and do something additional, so to speak. So that's going to take up my day today. Tomorrow is Mama's birthday. I did talk to her for about 45 minutes on Sunday, and it was funny because she thought it was a short call. And I'm thinking, wow, 45 minutes is not a short call, but for us, I guess it kind of is. She's doing great. She and I have discussed the situation with Levi. She understands that I'm not going to be able to come until Levi has his next round of follow up, till he has his next X-ray or scan or blood work done, so that we get a better idea about how much time he may have left. The last thing I want is, as much as I love my mom and she knows this, but the last thing I want is to take off to Arizona to go visit mom and get a call from the pet sitter that Levi passed. That would kill me. I can't do that to my baby boy. I have to be here for him, and I have to be here when the end comes. And mom understands that. She's forgetful, but she's not dumb. And that's the thing that a lot of people misunderstand about dementia, is that the person is not an idiot. They're not intellectually inhibited. They're memory inhibited. And that may mean they come across as not being intelligent. But with mom, the way we carry on our conversations, it triggers her. She wants to communicate. She wants to show that she understands, and she expresses that she understands. And we can actually carry on a very intelligent, informed conversation. Mama by no means is dumb or incapacitated in the intellectual area. She's always giving good advice. When I was telling her about Levi's condition, before I could say anything, she said, well, you better not leave him until you know. Don't you dare come and see me, until you know what's going on with your boy. And I said, that's my plan, Mama, that I'm going to wait, and see what happens with him. She goes, you can come and see me anytime. And so I'm like, all right, she gets it. She understands. She's been there through not only her own pets that she's had, but she's been there with me through the loss of all my pets, even as an adult, because I didn't live that far from her. So she's doing very, very good. I do have hopefully a video call with her tomorrow morning. And to sometime today, I sent her a big bouquet. Her favorite color is purple. I sent her a big bouquet of all sorts of different purple flowers, light purple, dark purple, lavenders, roses, chrysanthemums. I mean, you name it. There's probably 10 different flowers in this bouquet. And I also sent one to her primary caregiver, to my friend Robert. I sent him a little something to say thank you for all he does. He's the only one that encourages the relationship between Mom and I. He has made sure that Mom and I stay in touch, that we get to have our video calls, that nothing interferes with our communication. And it's sad to think that he is the only one that does that helps us to have that relationship. But, so we're good. Mama's good. Levi's good. I'm as good as can be expected. My tiny home is good. Alabama is good. Right now, yeah, I don't really have, I have worries, but I don't have anything that's taken away my smile. I don't. And hopefully you can see that. I still have my smile. I still have my dimples. And I am glad you guys keep coming back and you keep watching. I have another Temu order that got delivered yesterday, so hopefully in a couple more days I can knock out another Temu review for you, and that you've enjoyed this particular review. Don't forget to give a big thumbs up, share it, get it out in the universe, and if you are not yet subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so. We are only about 1,100 subscribers away from that big 5,000 box going out. And I'd really like to get it out of my tiny home because it's taking up cabinet space that I need for other stuff. So come on, if you haven't yet subscribed, it's no obligation. It's free. All it means is you're throwing your support behind the channel. And what that does is that helps YouTube with the algorithms to say, hey, people like to watch her. Let's make sure she comes up in the recommendations. It's something free that you can do to help any channel that you enjoy watching. That's all subscribing means. And I am subscribed to an awful lot of channels so that I can throw my support behind my favorite channels as well. So, y'all stay hydrated. Above all else, remember, please stay sweet. If you don't stay sweet, your comments leave. And if you keep it up, so do you. But I will always be here with more Temu, more of something else. And the next time you see me, well, it'll probably be just around the corner. Bye.